Hi, my name is Susie Toth, and I'm making a short video about a little about myself. I'm 31 years old, going on 32 in April. I suffer from cerebral palsy, cleft palate, and learning disabilities. I have slight mental health issues regarding depression. My likes and dislikes go as follows. I love hockey, football, and NASCAR racing. My favorite sports teams are the Colorado Avalanche, um, the Dallas Cowboys, and Dale Earnhardt. As far as my favorite players go, um, I really don't have favorite players as far as football, but with hockey, my favorite hockey players, past and present, go as follows. I love Gabriel Landeskog, Semyon Varlamov, Matt Duchene, Mian Hayduk, um, Joe Sakic, and Patrick Waugh, all from the Avalanche. I did mention that I like um, auto racing and Dale, the Earnhardt family, Dale Jr. and his dad, Dale Sr. Were my favorites there. My other hobbies and interests include collecting hockey player cards. Um, One might say that I'm obsessed with hockey, and I am. I wouldn't say that I'm obsessed, but I do like hockey, watching it on TV. I've never been to a hockey game before, but it's on my list of things I'd like to do. Um, so I also like to cook. I don't cook per se very often. I mostly, when I cook, I'm likely to throw a TV dinner into the microwave, but when I do, I cook home meals that my parents cooked. My mom's spaghetti recipe, my mom's recipe for meatloaf. Um, my dad made a really good dumplings and crepe Suzettes. And my family actually has a really good recipe for chicken soup and chili that I like, that I cook every once in a while. Um, I like to do craft projects. Not often, but I do. Enjoy doing glass etching, rubber band jewelry, using like the loom boards, rubber band loom boards. I do scrapbook. Um, I make like bookmarks and greeting cards. Um, I've dabbled in that over the years. I like to watch TV. I would say I'm slightly a couch potato. Um, some of the TV shows that I watch are General Hospital, which I'm obsessed with. Um, I like to watch comedies, like sitcoms, local news, and reality TV. Um, One of my favorite reality shows to watch is Extreme Cheapskates. Um, it's a pretty good show. Um, my other likes is I do read every once in a while. Stephen King's and romance novels are good choices for me. But I also catch up on the local news on my smartphone. My favorite news app so happens to be the Huffington Post news app, which is good, available for Apple and Android tablets and smartphones. Um, Interests of mine include technology, cooking, hockey, other things I like to keep up on, as well as the world and news around me. My religious views are Christian. My political views are Democrat. I'm currently single. Um, let's see. My philosophies in life are as follows, and I have two of them. Is invest in a really good quality camera, smartphone, and camcorder so you can document life's memories and the special moments in life, because you never know when you might forget or want to remember them again. I also believe in when I make friends, my friends know that they have my back and know that they can depend on me whenever they need me. And I believe that every day is a chance for you to tell your friends how much you care and appreciate having them around in your life. You could be friends with that person you could have just met, or be friends for forever, you know. As long as if you've defined the friendship where you're like really close with that person, letting them know that, hey, you're a part of my life, I appreciate having you around, you know that you are in my circle and you have my back. And I believe in telling people so, that you have my back. If you ever need me for anything, don't hesitate to get a hold of me and get a hold of me. I'm one of those kinds of people that will go and bend over backwards for you if you ever need anything. Okay. I'm also a family first person. I'm the kind of person that tells my parents that, hey, you're appreciated. I'm glad you're my parents. But on that subject, my father had died when I was 11 years old in 1995, and my mother died when I was 28 years old back in 2012. And the interesting thing about it is when my parents died, they died after somebody's birthday. So my dad died on the 3rd of August, 1995, and the day before was my sister's birthday on the 2nd of August. And then when my mother died in 2012, she died on the 3rd of November. And the day before that was my nephew's birthday on the 2nd of November. And I find that interesting, and I often think to myself, knock on wood, that if my sister dies, it's not on the 13th of April. But I have a feeling, crossing my fingers, that it probably will happen. But nothing in life is ever guaranteed. Nothing in life is ever guaranteed. You can't put, your hope on something and then something not happening. Another thing that I believe in life is live each day, one day at a time, don't look back, and have zero regrets. Everything you do in life, you do because it has to be done. But if you live for the moment, you get the most enjoyment out of that time. No, don't live in fear, but live for the moment. Okay? Or as I always like to put it, live each day, one day at a time. Don't look back, don't dwell on the past. Okay? Alright, and I often also say, have no regrets too. Don't go through life regretting the things you did do or dwelling on the stuff you could have done. Life's not full of those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Because, another thing I look at it this way, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all be having a party. Basically, those are my philosophies. As far as who I am as a person, personality-wise, I would consider myself an introvert. I don't get out much. When I do, I get out to, get shit done. Basically, but I also do enjoy, hockey games and stuff like that. On my list, my bucket list of things to do, is to travel. I would love to go and see a Colorado Avalanche hockey game at home in Denver, a Dallas Cowboys game in Texas at AT&T Stadium, as well as a Daytona 500 race. I have plans to visit, as many places as I can, if, we're allowed. As far as, more about me, I've had, in my lifetime, 4 surgeries, grand total, and knock on wood, I don't have any more surgeries. My first surgery was a cleft palate surgery, as well as my second surgery. Both of those occurred in 1988 and 1992. to repair the cleft palate, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the little curd candy ball thing in the back of your throat. I had a little pin-sized hole on it, about the size of your pinky fingernail. Without the surgery, I would have had a noticeable speech impediment. But that's fixed and taken care of now. My third surgery, which occurred in 2014, was to repair a hernia. And my fourth surgery, which also occurred in 2014, was to remove the gallbladder. And the interesting thing about that one is it took the surgeon who did the work in a grand total of 11 hours. And from what I was told, it wiped him up. In terms of like fatiguing him out, in terms of like, he did his job and it exhausted him, basically. And it was because I had a mass, like a rare infection. Basically, to put it into words we can understand, there is more than meets the eye, basically. My fears, I'm not really scared of much. I mean, bugs, I would say bugs are a fear. I mean, depending on the type of bug, but my greatest fear is needles. And it stemmed from when I was a kid. When I had my first surgery, when I was a kid, and beforehand, they did the pre-surgery lab work, and the person doing it obviously, didn't know, hey, this person's got, issues with, the veins in her arms, they're not showing up right away, so they're taking the needle and they're wiggling it around, trying to find a vein, and when you're, that young, obviously you're not going to take it very well, if you know what I mean. So basically, that's my medical history. I'm a little accident prone and stuff like that, in and out of, but aside from my disabilities, I have a pretty normal life. I get out when I can. I enjoy, going to the movies, and stuff like that. I would say, I do enjoy going to the museums, to the movies. My favorite, place to be is Starbucks. I absolutely love Starbucks. Another one of my things that I like. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. I think I've told you what you need to know. I hope you've enjoyed this video and gotten to know me a little better. Thanks for watching.